Hello one more time, my friends and fellow VEDSies. Gosh, I do think it's pretty on brand for VEDS that I am filming a VEDS video on October 23rd. VEDS, of course, is video every day in September. It is extremely not September anymore, but after spending every day glued to like editing software and finishing videos for the month of VEDS, I got a little bit behind in watching everyone else's videos, or maybe a lot behind. I spent about 2 weeks watching everybody's videos a little bit each day, and I'm now happy to say I've seen all of your VEDS content. I haven't watched every single second of all of your streams, but I've watched bits and pieces of those. But in terms of everyone's standalone videos, I've seen all of those finally now, and I had such a great time going through all of them. Sort of a bittersweet feeling, because since I'm getting to them so late, there are certain things that like I wanted to respond to, or certain things where I'm like, that'd be a great challenge for a VEDS video, but VEDS is over. So unfortunately, there wasn't a lot I could do about that, other than to make this video. I'm going to pick one video from each of my fellow VEDSies, particularly from the last couple weeks of VEDS, because I did my weekly VEDS recap for week 1 and week 2, and then I sort of forgot to keep going with that, or ran out of time. So I'm going to do some timestamps as well, because I have a tendency to ramble, so in the comments I'll put timestamps to when I talk about each fellow VEDSie. But yes, it was an amazing September, as it always is. It's fantastic for me to go back and sort of rekindle my love for vlogging and my love for making content for this channel. I always get a little bit of a boost after VEDS as well. Well, as I've done just now, I usually take 2 or 3 weeks off and then have a boost, because all of the ideas that I wasn't able to do in the month of September become video ideas for the winter and spring and onward. And again, this community is so loving and so supportive at all times that it's been amazing to be a part of this great group of 7 YouTubers, 7 small-scale YouTubers, once again. Truly, probably my favorite time of every year. Alright, but enough rambling. It's time to get into your videos that I loved so much. I'm going to start with Alicia. Alicia, I always love your covers. I always love your original tunes, and this year was no exception. I loved your stationery haul video. You did so many cool things. I also loved watching you technically join me in the world of making Let's Plays. Although you went decidedly more tabletop, I did enjoy watching you play Shut the Box for 9 minutes. But the main video I want to talk about of yours this month, I think other VEDSies have highlighted it in their video response video too, but your 10-minute Camelot video, where you took... Alicia and I sat down a few months ago, and she showed me the wonder that is that particular production of Camelot, and I very much enjoyed it, and she is of course in love with it, and I knew that she had been planning some sort of Camelot related content for this month, but I couldn't have imagined that. That must have been so much work. Of course, y'all gotta go see it if you haven't seen it already. Obviously, I assume most of you will have, but she took the whole production and edited it down to this beautiful Camelot in 10 minutes. I don't know how you did it so well. Again, I imagine it must have been hours and hours of work. I have so many questions to ask you about it, but like, VEDS is over now. Again, hence the flaw of making this video so late. But so I'll have to talk to you about that one in when we hang out next. But it was a beautiful piece of video editing, and told a really succinct story, and I was amazed you did that. I wasn't amazed you did that so well, because you do everything so darn well, but again, endlessly impressed. To Caleb, who, again, as I keep repeatedly saying, his great ingenuity is creating VODs, video every other day in September, that I am strongly considering for 2025. The main video I wanted to highlight of yours during the second half of this month was your Spider-Man movie trilogy that you've sort of been creating in your head. You've clearly put a lot of thought into it. I love projects like that because I do that too. Maybe for me it's because I'm trying to make a career out of the arts, and so I find when I do that I sort of lose the whole free-flowing fun of it all sometimes. When certain things that used to be purely for fun become for work, I can procrastinate them a little, and it causes me sometimes to fixate on these projects that I'm never going to do anything with, that become the true for fun projects. You know, especially when I was younger, I remember making little projects like this, either in my head or out on paper, of a movie that I realistically knew I was never going to make, but that I had big ideas for. And it honestly sounds like it would be a great movie. You've really thought out the balance of it all, and you've some pretty nuanced storytelling ideas. And so, I mean, again, I know VEDS is over, but I already have an idea for a VEDS 2025 sort of challenge for you. You mentioned near the end of that video that, of course, the fun of all this is that you're never gonna. It is unfortunately unlikely that you're going to be tasked to create the next Superman movie. So this work will ultimately never go anywhere. And I'm not going to sit here and say, you know what, in VEDS 2025, you go make that movie, because that's impossible. But I'd like to see, maybe there's like a next step to that project. Maybe you could storyboard something out. I don't know. Make a little short thing, script it out with characters. I don't know. I honestly, it's the loosest and silliest challenge I've ever given, because I don't even know the parameters of it. But VEDS is such a wonderful vessel for these. I have this idea for a project that it would make absolutely no sense for me to actually go through with. Every time I've ever had a video idea where I'm like, no, that would not be a good use of my time, I should make a different video instead, I always wind up just saving those videos for VEDS, because in VEDS there is no idea that's not a good use of time. So that's why, like, again, that's why I do the RuneScape videos. I've always kind of wanted to make RuneScape videos, but I was like, no, that would be a dumb use of my time for what I want to do for my career. But that's where VEDS comes in. So yes, the second I heard you be like, that's probably like not a project that's ever going to happen, I'm like, oh, but that's what VEDS is for. So I don't know. You seem very passionate about your Superman movie trilogy that you're coming up with there. So I don't know. I can't think of a specific way, but any way you could think of to bring that to the next level, I'd love to see that next year. You know, for James and Jeffrey, this is going to kind of not be one and the same, but again, I felt bad watching all of the videos so late that I couldn't react to them in real time. But both of you had truly epic last day of VEDS videos. James, of course, had a lot of plot this month, and you had mentioned in a VEDS response video or something near the end of the month that we should be honest with you about whether we're actually enjoying this new plot you're putting into your channel, or whether we'd rather just see your content without all the character stuff. Whether you're like, you sort of have, as any creator does, maybe a little bit of a fear of like, do people actually enjoy this? But there I was on like day 30, not on day 30, when I finally got around to watching the day 30 VEDS videos, just like, it wasn't James after all. Who is this new James? Was created by editing James? So yes, I am invested in the lore. Continue the lore. I am I am not particularly observant, as I'll get to again later. I am not a particularly observant person, so I did not notice the subtle hints in the wardrobe of what shirt you wore, or James number 1 wore last year, and how this was a new outfit, and how things maybe weren't quite as they seemed. I love editing James as a character. I love this new chapter of lore. And again, you made that video number 30 so well. You're, again, probably the most talented video creator of, I don't want to even say of all of us, because that, I don't know, we've all made such leaps and strides the last few years, but I really admire your ability to just create a video in general, and clearly a lot of work went into that, and it was just so well done. I was on the edge of my seat, and I was literally like, but so yes, I was extremely invested. I loved that part so much. And James, I also really enjoyed. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank you for saving me some time. I don't know if I was ever going to watch 9 Lives, but now I'm like certainly not going to. So thank you for that. I really enjoyed you coming up with a cast list for Muppet Back to the Future. That was really fun. And also, I just want to say, at my day job, we got Coca-Cola Company sent us some new products to stock our fridge with, including Fanta Haunted Apple. And there were some very strong opinions about it in the workplace, and we had a whole debate as to whether it was good or not. And then I got home and you had uploaded your review for that. I was like, yeah, let's go. It's weird. It's real weird. It's like trying to be like a crisp sour apple, and then also like a spiced apple cidery thing at the same time, and it's like a lot. And I wanted to say, we took a phone call the other day, and someone said, yeah, I'd like one of the Fanta with the scary man on it, please. I thought that we all had a good laugh at that. A Fanta with the scary man on it. Anyway, on to Jeffrey. Like I said a few minutes ago, you and James both had truly epic last day of VEDS videos. The return of Singing Guy. He is back. You know, I don't want to say that I spent the whole month like, where is Singing Guy? Where did he go? I knew something was kind of missing. I couldn't quite figure out what it was. I was really, really enjoying your videos, but it was such a breath of fresh air to see him again. That's such a great character. I love that song. I could be the least musical theater-y out of all of the VEDSies, so I didn't know that show-stopping number song, but I was like, dang, that's some good stuff. And you did such a great cover of that. There were some great covers by a few different VEDSies this year, but you knocked it out of the park with that whole video, that whole reveal, and the cover, and all of that. And I love all the extra character-y stuff going on in VEDS this year. So that was my favorite video of yours this month. Through watching both of those, I tried to watch through all the VEDS videos in the order that you guys made them vaguely. And so, yeah, at the end with James's big month-end video and then Jeffrey's big month-end video, I was so hyped. Those were so well done. And then for Jeffrey, also, I had asked earlier in the month, I said something like, it would be really cool to get to see some behind the scenes of you in your production of the Putnam County Spelling Bee, and we got to see that. I love when my other fellow VEDSies do a little bit of what I love to do so much, and going out in the world and just doing not even travel vlog, just vlogging my day-to-day type video. And again, so amazing that you got to be a part of that. So amazing that you're going into a new production. I forget what it is, but you're going into something new as well. And yeah, you're living that musical theater life. It is so freaking awesome to see. And I loved all your videos again this month. Always love catching up with your YouTube favorites list. And going through, I was looking at it, you only have a few more mystery case files to go through, I think. You've gotten through so many of those, but again, loved seeing your videos this month as well. Pip, it was so nice to, I hope you're okay with me saying your name like that. Pip! It was just fun. It was very peppy, so to speak. Anyway, you did a whole week of VEDSie sort of tributes this month. You did one video for each of us, which was really beautiful. I never made a comment on your 4 Graham video, and I tried a few times, and it was hard to put my feelings about that video into words. I watched that actually while, like, right at the end of the day after filming my 3 Seattle videos. I was, like, walking back to the hotel I was staying at for the night. And it was crazy to spend a really full day making videos and then get such a lovely, beautiful message in the form of that video from you, where you said, you're always so complimentary. You've made 3 or 4 videos where you talk about me so highly that, like, they're in my break glass in case of emergency, I need someone to say nice things about me video category. Honestly, every VEDSie has done that for me, but you have the most amazing, genuine compliments that I have a tendency to shake off compliments when people say nice things about me. I'm like, yeah, okay. But with you, I'm like, really? Like, it's very sweet. Yeah, but I spent the whole day making videos, and then you talked in that video about how it's like, it's amazing how you just instinctively know how to make a good video. And I still don't know that that's true. I think that I've just made 700 videos, and it's all sort of falling into place. But I was happy with some stuff I've made this month. And again, for a nice boost to the serotonin, nice boost to the ego, your very sweet video responses are always beautiful. And then I mentioned earlier in this responses video that I am a very inobservant person, and here's another example of that. I was, like, mad that I hadn't noticed. I'd noticed the beautiful fox in the thumbnails, but I hadn't noticed it getting progressively more filled in as time went on. And it simultaneously, like you said, it would have been an amazing reveal if by the end it was all colored in and finished, but it's almost a more beautiful piece that it remains unfinished, and that you still gave us the whole video describing that project. It's a really beautiful piece of art in itself as well. It's such a cool piece, and I don't know, it's lovely and beautiful that it has remained a little bit unfinished as a symbol of this year's VEDS. It is so, like, while I was too inobservant to notice that it was slowly getting filled in as the month went on, I did, of course, notice that it is a beautiful piece of art, and I love that it is actually a physical piece of art you can hold and touch that you created. I love the concept of a paint by numbers, that as you go through day by day, it becomes the more full finished creation. That was so cool. But yes, man, I'm really failing at this whole one video per person thing. But yeah, your 6 moments 60 seconds video was great too. Like I said earlier in this video, I love when my fellow VEDSies venture into the world of travel vlogging and just here's my day vlogging. I love that stuff so much. So again, a joy to see your videos yet again this month, and your amazing presence just in our community in general. And Pip, there is one positive thing about me taking so dang long to catch up on watching everybody's videos, and that is that I got a chance to see your escapism cover before I did my video responses. It was so beautiful, the way you combined that with the process of shaving your head again, which you've described how that makes you feel in previous VEDSes. It was a beautiful video you put together. I'm glad that you were able to reclaim a video that maybe you didn't have time for during the constraints of the month of September. It was such a beautiful piece that I'm so glad you got a chance to share with us. Both of your fan covers have been amazing. Your version of Michael in the bathroom. It's like legitimately one of my favorite versions of that song too. I'd been just introduced to that song before you did that cover, and then your cover is so amazing and vulnerable, and same goes for Escapism. It was a real gem to... I loaded up your videos and was going through them, and I got to the end, and then the very next day you uploaded that video. So to have a little bonus piece of VEDS to watch after all was said and done is great. And if anybody else from VEDS have any other projects they maybe wanted to get to this month but didn't get a chance to, I'd still love to see them. If you ever get the spark to create an outside of VEDS video, do it. It'd be fun to see y'all again. And finally, Tessa, sorry you're last in this video. I did the whole alphabetical thing. It's burned me before. My last name starts with an S, so I'm usually near the back of all of these lists, but I'm talking to someone whose last name begins with a W, so I'm sure that you're right there with me on that. Tessa, you have this wild ability to have a video every once in a while just really pop off in terms of popularity. You had that ABBA video really soar a few years ago, and then this year, the Drawfee video, stocks were real high on Drawfee video this year. You did such a great job introducing them to people who wouldn't know them before people like me. I didn't know anything about Drawfee, and it was nice. I'll have to start watching. I really enjoyed your video on it. A major congratulations are in order for getting recognized by Drawfee themselves. I've had one little moment in my life of getting actually recognized by someone who was important to me, and I basically ran in circles around my house freaking out about it, which I am imagining your day went something like that. Just an amazing feat, and congratulations again. Again, like I keep saying, I really have enjoyed people's getting out there and just having a day somewhere that we get to be let in on type of videos. So I really enjoyed even just your errands video was really entertaining. And then also, I really liked your dressing like a hobbit video where you went through a few different fits, what you liked and what you didn't like. Practicality versus looking good, which looks you vibed with more than others. I tend to agree with you that the ones that you liked the most, you looked the most natural in. Do you go to Ren fairs or anything? I have never done anything like that, but they seem so interesting to me. The whole subculture is fascinating, so let me know if you've ever done that. Obviously, your outfits would be a huge hit there. This is a random story, but I was on a ferry recently, traveling out to a gig somewhere, and there was this whole group that must have been traveling to or from a Renaissance fair, and they just seemed like such a cool community. They were, I don't know, they were just wandering around the boat, being nice and supportive to each other. They just seemed real cool, and I was like, oh, this is a very chill subculture. Anyway, loved that video. Loved everything you made this month. Really enjoyed your recasting, or casting a new Little Shop of Horrors video. Happy 10th birthday, Maggie. And thank you, everybody, for your amazing contributions to this great community every month. Every month. Every September. Talking is hard. And yes, we've all mentioned it at some point during this month, that I really like that we've settled into a place where we try not to have too much anxiety about whether we complete the task. My first couple years doing VEDS, I think I made 30 videos, but they took an extra week or something like that, and that tended to be the thing. And I was really focused on the whole 30 videos thing, but we all make so much great stuff when VEDS comes around that even if we don't all get to 30, we've all made something truly beautiful. And we all, again, I think all 7 of us have expanded the amount of time that we physically spend making each video as we get a little bit better at this whole YouTube thing. And it makes it a lot more difficult, obviously, for each of us to make a video that we would be proud of in our ever-increasing standards, as creatives are, as they get better at their craft. One a day for an entire month becomes a daunting task. Bubba! No screaming!
Are you mad that I'm saying goodbye to the VEDSies and that you were not included? Babies? Sorry, excuse the clutter. Coda and Kylo. Bubba! Hey, say goodbye to the VEDSies. I'm not so good at the whole English thing. Yeah.
Anyways, yes, we'll see how I feel next September. I will be doing this in some fashion, but I've gone back and forth about what I want to do once we get there. I'm thinking of VEDS Plus. I'm feeling like come up with 15 video concepts I can do, and then maybe throw in a couple of maybe short videos or response videos on top of the 15. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Thank you to Caleb for introducing us to the world of VEDS and talking us through its ups and downs in terms of being in theory, a more manageable workload, but also feeling like there's videos that you wish you could make that you can't under the constrictions of that format. But anyway, I'm still rambling, I guess, because I don't want VEDS to be over. It's October 23rd, after all. I guess I really don't want VEDS to be over, but it officially is. Thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all again throughout this year as I continue to make videos. I filmed something last week from this fun gig alive in Kissin my Kiss tribute band had out playing an intermission of a hockey game. It was so much fun. So that video will be up in the next few days. And I'll continue making videos throughout the year. And I'll see all my wonderful fellow VEDSies again next year. It's been another amazing VEDS. Thank you all so much for watching. If you followed along, VEDS, we are thrilled to have you. One last time, I'm going to have links to the channels for all my other wonderful fellow VEDSies in the description. And I'll see y'all again real soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.